Hi guys, it's Shadney. Welcome back to my channel. So this is the first video in my new series, Out of the Box, all about scrapbooking with unusual items that you're not used to using. In this video, I'm going to show you how I use this planner and cut it into pieces to use all the elements on my page. This is a Katie Daisy planner. It's an older one. I don't know that it runs through even all of this year. But it's got such pretty artwork in it. So this one in particular, I used one of the divider pages that had a quote and some pretty artwork, a notes page that had lines for my journaling, and several of the regular calendar pages, and it just had a bunch of these pretty moths that I fussy cut. So this top background paper, actually both of them I think are Vicky Bouton. And the top one I just cut about 1/2 inch shorter on two sides, and then I'm going to adhere it to the other so that you just get a nice thin mat of color around the whole thing. And of course there I go and drop the whole paper and stick it and whatever. But I saved it and it was fine. So now I'm just getting that stuck on there. And I did, I believe, ink the edges before the video rolled of that top paper, just so that it has a nice distinct line around the outside. So these are nice because that paper had all the exact colors as all of these little pieces from the planner. And then, so I'm just arranging. They're such big items to try to incorporate with a photo as well. So I was just arranging it, trying to figure out how exactly I want it. I think I messed with it a little bit longer, or I might have messed with it before and just cut all that footage out. So now what I'm doing is I'm going through and trying to find some papers that I want to layer behind this photo. And then these, I think all of them are from the 6x6 Wonder paper pad that I just got at Tuesday Morning recently. So I'm trimming the white down a little bit on that picture, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start trying to decide which paper I want in which order and start adhering those and layering up. There I go. And honestly, I just don't like the way that picture feels on my hand, so I always turn it over to rub it to make sure it's all secured on there. And then I'm gonna move it around. I thought about doing like half a page where like half the page was one paper and then the top was the rest, and then tuck one piece at the top and some of them at the bottom. I messed with it for a while, but it ends up the way I had it in the very, very beginning. So there's that next layer. And still just messing with it, trying to figure out what I'm doing. Trimming that down, which makes me sad because that's so pretty to have to cut some of it off, but it works out in the end. And I had them all at the bottom for a second and I thought maybe that would work, but I hate covering up the entirety of that paper because you see such the beautiful gradient of it. So still that my hand's there trying to see what it would look like if there was a dividing line across there and you only saw that top part. So there we go. That's how it's gonna be. And then I moved that around. I was trying to see which direction I want those flowers to kind of lay. And then I add that brown because it gives a nice little thin border around that quote page like the journaling spot has. I don't know if you can tell very well, but it's printed that way, the other one. Just trim that down. There we go. So now I'm just trying to decide exactly like how the corners and everything, all the angles should line up. And then I'm going to start getting everything laid out after that. And I overlap it just a little bit, just because I need the space, but also just to kind of tie together all those layers. And then I did the angled it just a little bit as well, because it didn't really matter that they were all straight because they're not the same size. And then, I don't know, I feel like angled like that, they kind of point to the picture a little bit more. That's probably just me being weird, but. And then I saw that little flower sticker at the bottom, and I leave that on there for a while thinking that I'm going to use it to cover up this bottom part where the flower got kind of hidden. And then you waste some of that blank space at the bottom of the photo. It kind of hides that as well. And then I'm adding some paper up there, and I'll add a strip to the bottom just to give it some more layers and some, like, I don't know, continuity between the top and the bottom. I just have to make sure that that photo, because it's lower, will cover both sides. And I was trying to decide if I wanted it just underneath the other one so that it looked like a solid sheet going behind both that quote in the pictures. But then I decided that doing it at a diagonal would be better. And then had to glue that back down. And then eventually I'll put my title down there at the right near the bottom one, the bottom strip of black. So now I'm just pulling out the alpha sticker, or the thickers that I'm going to use. And in this one, I'm just going to use the letters and colors that coordinate. So the red, the pink, the coral, and that kind of purpley color, which is perfect because those colors are perfect for this layout. There we go, just laying it out on my wax paper so I can kind of move it around and decide exactly where I want it and make sure I have all the right colors in the right order. So there we go. And then I found another little piece like that, little box with the flowers, that maybe I can use it at the top to just add some more to coordinate the top and bottom layers. But eventually I will give up on those and decide I don't want to use them. So I'm trimming this, and then I'm going to lay out the rest of the title. So the stay true is something my husband and I say. It's a Star Trek thing. Whenever you're supposed to stay on course, you say stay true. So it's just a funny thing. Nobody else will get it, but India will get it when she's older. So then I decide this flower I like better. It has more of the same kind of feeling like the rest of the artwork on there does. So I pull that in, and then I'm pulling some more chipboard pieces. All of those I think are from Maggie Holmes or Crate Paper, or Maggie Holmes by Crate Paper. Chipboard sheets. And then I'm gonna mess around. I'm trying to figure out where the title's gonna go in correlation to that rose. There we go. And then I'll go through and start sticking everything down. And this was just a kind of a funny story with the photo. We did a fun event, and this was the outfit she picked out for herself. So she had a nice, cute little top and skirt that kind of, mostly matched. And then she had to have her little high heels on, and she calls them her tippy toes. So she had to have those on, and her Spider Woman mask and cape. So she was styling that day. But she was so excited because everywhere we went, everyone thought she looked so cute with her necklace and her Spider-Man mask. At one point she had a tiara on as well, but we made it out of the house without that one. And so right now I'm trying to decide where I need foam, because I put foam behind that photo to pop it up a little bit. I need to add some foam on parts of the rose so that it will it'll stay up, but it'll stay, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It'll stay flush with the photo. There we go. Get that stuck down. And then I realized I forgot to pull off the paper off the foam. So actually stuck down now. Sorry, my phone's going off. So then I'm going to go through and start sticking down the title now that that's all settled. Or I lied and I'm just going to put more stickers. This is a little die cut piece from the Good Vibes, I think, collection. I'm not sure. There we go. And then that's nice because it brings that black and white text kind of down and mimics what's at the top with the Love You banner. And then the Here and Now little banner. Okay, actually sticking them down now. And then the S there, I tuck it under the flower a little bit, which is fine because it's up on that foam, so it worked out really well. And then I'm offsetting the true letters just ever so slightly so that the colors don't end up right above each other, because some of those colors are on the top level as the bottom level. There we go. And then I'll add these little guys. And I don't know if I did it on the video, but I did go back and add Nuvo adhesive behind those chipboard letters, because chipboard doesn't tend to stick very well over time. There we go. And then I'm trying to figure out where to place that, but that makes it too bottom heavy down there, so I decided to leave it up at the top. But if you leave it down, then it's floating, and so I left it like right at the top because then it looks like it's hanging from the top edge of the page. Some washi tape just to bring some more of those colors in. And then mimicking at the top the same. There we go. And I added just a tiny bit of that hot pink color too in each. Just keeping all those colors consistent throughout the page. And then now I'm going through with these little fussy cut moths. I'm going to layer them out. Sorry. I'm going to lay them out in a way to make them look like they're floating along or like flying up the page in a group. Oh, and then gluing that guy down. That Nuvo adhesive is my new favorite and it's amazing. So if you need one, it's awesome. I used to always use the Scotch brand like everybody else. And when Scotch first came out, they had the perfect nozzle on the end. And then, I don't know, like 7 or 8 years ago, they changed the nozzle and it's fat and it's annoying and I hate it. But now the Nuvo adhesive has these perfect teeny tiny tip on it that you don't even have to use the little fine liner bottle like everybody's been pouring their Scotch into. And it's only $5 a bottle on scrapbook.com, so it's a pretty good deal. So I'm just arranging those little moths like I mentioned before. I'm trying to make them look like they're all flying up the page, but I don't want them all going in the exact same direction, so kind of scattering them about, going every which way. And apparently I'm really picky and just keep messing with them. So adding some foam tape to the back of that little guy. And now I'm going to go through and just glue down the centers of those moths. I folded them up just a little bit, but they'll probably get smashed down a little in the page, in the page protectors, but it'll give it just a little bit of a texture. There we go. And just folding those wings back up a little bit. And then I'm going to use some little enamel dots. Those are also from the Wonder Collection. I just realized that was just a weird coincidence. I didn't mean to do that. But it's that perfect dark coral color. So, and there was just enough to do 2 little clusters, which was also perfect because I had 2 little clusters of embellishments. And then these little bows are so cute. I love them. They're from Target, in the, like, over where the cards in the gift wrap are. I think they were $2.50. But they're just cute and delicate. And then just a little bit of these little puffy stickers, little hearts. Trying to figure out where I'm going with it. Apparently I can't make up my mind. There we go, those teeny tiny guys. And I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe for more content later. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.